Hi everyone, my name is Michaela Arinagdanan from Bitilan HE2C. Today I'm going to discuss global collective action. People are called global collective action because of global problems such as collective action. These are the 7 global collective action. First, global poverty. Much has to do with exploitative practices that have passed for path to development. Global warming, clearly rooted in the practices and system of the West but are most destructive to the global South. Gender issues, clearly continuing injustice but complex because issues are both universal and very particular. Good governance, mostly a Western issue because it facilitates the free market but a fundamental issue for human flourishing and genuine development. Sustainable development, clearly most important to the global South but unachievable without Western cooperation. Global trade, fair trade, and solidarity economics requires global cooperation to restructure the market. Terrorism and peace requires global cooperation because the primary route to restructure the market. During the COVID-19 pandemic that hit the world March of 2020, the world witnessed the heroic act of citizens such as doctors, nurses, policemen, servicemen, and even celebrities who raised funds to help the government among others. People are quarantined for more than a month, mostly at their homes and community. Members of global citizen movement along with activists and music fans assemble annually to send a message to world leaders to achieve sustainable development goals of the United Nations and end extreme poverty. Guest speakers are invited to motivate the target audience, and here are what they had to say. The fact is that today, 130 million girls of all ages are still not in school. This breaks my heart both as a woman whose life was transformed by my education and as the mother of 2 daughters, who wants them and every girl on this planet to fulfill her boundless potential and become who and what she's meant to be. Former First Lady Michelle Obama Global Citizen Festival in New York City 2017. Our efforts will be in vain if we do not also address the forces that are threatening to destroy our very planet. The first people to suffer the effects of these calamities will be the world's poor and most marginalized. Leonardo DiCaprio Global Citizen Festival in New York City 2015.
Good day everyone, my name is Jocelyn A. Ando from BTLED HE2C.
The ethical obligation of global citizenship. An ethical obligation is a moral responsibility to pursue a given path of action to refrain from doing certain acts. We can see from this that all is required for a person to have some moral right for their claim to be morally justifiable.
As a global citizen, it is imperative that one participate in the governance of the world. One avenue by which an individual can participate is through civil society organization. Participation in civil society organization is citizenship because of the following. Number 1, it means people have a broader awareness of society than the small world of their community. So, ito'y nangangahulugan na tayo, mga tao, ay mas malawak ang ating kaalaman o kaisipan sa ating lipunan kaysa sa ating munting pamayanan. Number 2, it means that they have an awareness of how political forces work to shape the world and their lives. Ito'y nangangahulugan na tayo ay may kaalaman kung paano gumagana ang pampolitika upang hubugin ang mundo at ang kanilang mga buhay. Number 3, it means one has some level of awareness that members of society must be active in the governance of their world. Ito'y nangangahulugan na ang isang tao ay may ilang antas na kaalaman o kamalayan na dapat ang miyembro sa lipunan ay maging aktibo sa pamamahala ng kanilang mundo. Number 4, it means that one has some form of faith in collective action and is willing to engage in it. The importance of global citizenship can be determined mainly for two reasons. First is many of our issues are global because of the westernization of the world. Second, many of our problems are caused by the impositions of a dominant and globalized rationality with its system of production, governance, and cultural production, and so local action alone is often ineffective. Wisher 2003 observed that many thoughtful Muslims clearly fear that Western model of globalization based on secular, scientific rationalism and materialism will eventually bring about the end of Islam. Other ethical concerns brought by globalization include, among others, the following. In Brussels, over 50% of the babies born are Muslim. In Germany, the death rate has exceeded the birth rate for so long that they now have to fly in plane loads of technicians from India just to maintain their high-tech structure. In England, these are now more practicing Muslims than Anglicans.
In Italy, the Archbishop of Bologna recently warned that Italy is in danger of losing its identity due to the migration from North Africa and Central Europe. The Catholic Church is facing the distinct probability of Islam eventually becoming the largest European religion. The challenge in the coming years is to see the world as a whole, as one entity, and to act in accord with awareness to be legitimate globalization must validate itself in terms of equitable benefits for all nations and sensitivity to other nations' need for social and political stability. That's all. Thank you.